I decided I quit. Like I started reading and I'm starting to look at this stuff and I'm thinking, there's a lot going on in this city. A lot of good stuff, but it's also a lot of bad stuff. Later, I'll talk about the peso pluma cancellation because of the drug cartels that are fighting for that are fighting against each other and trying to threaten. Okay. I mean, it's like anything else, right? You pay somebody else to do something, right? You're a $1 trillion drug operation, and you simply pay somebody else to do the deed in another country. If they get caught and go to jail, you pay their family millions of dollars and take care of them for the rest of their life. And so, as I was thinking today, I started kicking around something, and maybe it has to do with my age. Maybe it has to do with having lived a number of decades and have seen things continue to repeat itself. And I look at poverty and I start to ask myself, what is the solution to poverty? How will we actually fix it? So I've said it before, and we've been told that graduating from high school, getting a full time job, and waiting to get married to have children is the way that you go. So the American Enterprise Institute, a conservative think tank, did that in like 2007 in a report, and they called it the success sequence, right? So you take these steps and these 3 steps and you're great. What they found in another study is that only 2% of the people completing the sequence in 2007 were poor. So people thought, hey, that makes sense, right? Well, 76% of those who violated all 3 rules were poor. So if they didn't graduate from high school, they didn't get a full-time job, and they had kids before they were married, 76% of them were poor. However, when you actually take a step back, and I've been reading a couple books, and the one Sandra told me about the other day about poverty in America, the author talks about the fact that when you dig into the data, you find more people were poor that actually followed all 3 rules than those who actually broke the rule. And here's where things go south. Black people who followed the sequence of graduating from high school, getting a full-time job, and waiting to get married actually, well, they were less successful than the whites who followed the same sequence. And so what they found also, which doesn't sit well with me, but I understand it. The success of the sequence, unfortunately, it's unfortunate. That's my point of view. Is the success of it is getting a job, not getting married. And I know that'll rub some people the wrong way. And we've been taught that marriage is the most important thing, and I believe it is. But one of the other things that it does is we fail to look at the way tax laws, the way disability, the way the poverty programs assist people. You get more when you're single. Also, when you start to look at just the cost of childcare, it's ridiculous. Too many people benefit from poverty on top of that. Yes, we have Section 8. I think we still have Section 8 housing, low-income housing, scattered site housing. We love to call it all these wonderful names to kind of not let people know that poor people are moving in. The problem is the buildings that are owned by suburbanites who make money off poverty. We also have nonprofits who make money off poverty. We've got some nonprofits in Milwaukee that have generations of families working there and making money off of poverty. Nonprofits that are supposed to fix the problem move slowly and perpetuate the problem, to the point where we have some programs like disability where the program pays a lawyer to help you get disability, and the lawyer gets more money off numerous people versus your one check. So they actually spend more money on the lawyers to get people disability than they actually do for the people who get disability. Instead of looking at the world based on who makes money and who doesn't, because that's what we do, right? We take a scorecard because we're quick to always say Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. I mean, how many $100 billion does he have, right? But do these people really, really do anything for other people? I think we look at success, we look at poverty incorrectly. And because we look at it incorrectly, we don't really understand exactly what it means to be poor. And we think we have all the accoutrements it takes to be rich or successful, when in fact, we think we are, but we actually aren't. And so we think because we have a job, we're able to pay our bills every month and we're able to make it look like we're doing okay and we're able to pay off our school loan and we're able to do all these things like own a house. Whoever said owning a house made you successful? Whoever said owning a house is an important thing to do? As I got older, I started to realize that a house does absolutely nothing for you other than living in it. You could do that in an apartment. Yeah, but you don't have anything for it. Why do you need anything for it? Show me a person that bought a house that got rich because they bought a house. Not real estate, but a house. Many times we buy it, we use it, we take the money we make when the house goes up in price and we buy another one. Rarely do we take that money and invest it, buy another business, diversify and build it up, right? So then why? Who said, oh, that's right. The banks and the credit people said, everybody should own a house. And then we pay taxes and on and on and on. So instead of looking at the world based on who makes money and who doesn't, I believe the operative question we need to ask is who gets eaten and who gets to eat. Because that's what it comes down to. Those in poverty get eaten. Those who have the money, they get to eat. And so then you have to ask yourself the question, why is poverty in America? Well, I got to tell you, poverty is in America because we want it to be.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Am I in queue? You can hear me? My headphones are loud. The title is We Want It to Be. We Want It to Be. That's the title of the first hour. Music is too loud, and you can't even hear it.